Kalix Timo. My middle name is Joshua, so Kalix Joshua Timo. I am 20 years old. I am from Maryland, but currently in Davie, Florida for college. And something that I'm really excited about is going roller skating this Saturday. It's like my passion.
Oh, fun. What do you mean your passion? It's like you grew up doing it?
Yeah, so I've been doing it since I want to say 10 years old, and I haven't stopped. So it's something that
Dude,
I love so much.
so fun. Is that like something you can do professionally or is that not a thing?
Um, if I wanted to, there are teams, there's like roller derby and stuff like that. That's not something I
Okay,
would want to do professionally. It's more of just like a hobby. It's
cool.
great exercise, helps me build my
Yeah.
stamina, get in shape, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh my God, fun. If you were to describe yourself in 3 words, like 3 qualities that you have, what would they be?
I would say that I am kind, passionate, and optimistic. I would say that those
Nice.
are
Okay,
my like top three for sure.
perfect. Um, so you're currently in college. What grade level?
I am a junior at Nova.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. How are you? I mean, you've been there for a while, but do you like it?
Um, it was not my dream school. I did want to stay in
Oh,
Maryland for my undergrad. UMD was my dream school, but sadly they did not accept me. So I
don't.
went to like the cheapest option, but at the same time an option
Yeah.
that would get me to where I want to be professionally. And so that's why I have landed here. I'm like 1,000 miles away from home. Don't really have family
Mhm.
down here in South Florida, but I have been able to make so many friends, and I've joined a couple organizations. I in like three different Greek organizations, but these are the things that tie me to South Florida. It gives me a sense of home when I'm not home.
Yeah. No, I know. That I'm sure initially that was something that really sucked to kind of have to deal with, but everything happens for a reason and it's great that you kind of still made um good way with it.
Yeah.
But what is it you want to do professionally, like in your
So,
future career?
so I want to become an anesthesiologist and a future hospital administrator. My major is business of health administration, which is like business administration, biology, and pre-health. Pre-med, all in one. And both business administration and biology are my passions. My father comes from the business background, and my mother comes from the medical background. So, kind of merging the two was actually really cool. And I basically take all the classes that both of those majors would take. Um, so I'm kind of getting the best of both worlds.
Yeah. Do you feel like that? I mean, in terms of like, have you spoken to people who do those majors separately? Like, do you feel like you have a way higher load, or is it kind of like you get less of a glimpse, or like you go less in depth with each subject?
I have spoken with people who have like those two majors separately.
Yeah.
For the business side, what I do is much more than what they do.
Right.
So they just stay in the business realm of everything, and business is just a tad bit easier to understand than the health and the science concepts because it is a lot when it comes to like science, physics, chemistry, all those things.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the biology side, I would say that I'm doing roughly the same amount that they are. So like
Okay.
same amount of like difficult classes and um, studying for the MCAT, which is like the big test to get into medical school. So
Yeah.
basically, I'm on the same path as a biology student.
Yeah. Have you started studying for your MCAT, or are you not going
I
to take
have
that until you graduate?
no,
Oh my
so I
gosh.
have started
How's it going?
studying. It's a pain. It's definitely a pain. But I'm making it work. I'm finding time to do it, but I'm also finding time to give myself a break because it is a lot. I am doing a lot.
Yeah.
Again, I am very active on my campus. At the same time, I'm taking a difficult major with difficult classes, and then I also try to
Yeah.
have that social life. That way, I can make sure my mental health is on top always.
Right. Yeah. It was so funny you mentioned that because my best friend is actually taking her MCAT tomorrow. So
That's her.
I hope she does great. But I know
Yeah.
I don't firsthand know the struggle, but secondhand I know the struggle.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
This
Um,
this school is a science school, so a lot of people end up taking their MCAT here. So when they are studying for it, they go into hibernation. Like you don't see them for a while because it's a lot.
it's a lot, yeah. But you know, you're doing it for a really great reason. And I hope you get there sooner rather than later.
Thank you.
Um, okay, well, obviously you're in college, you're studying, you are going to study for a really long time in your academic career. If you were to give me your own definition of what education means, what would it be?
Education, I would say the definition of education is like gaining knowledge, the ability to learn. I like to think that like going and pursuing your undergrad, your master's is very beneficial for everyone because it gives everybody the chance to learn. Um, of course, this college isn't always the option for everybody, and people find um, like wealth and happiness in other fields that don't require it, but at the same time they
Yeah.
find their own sort of education in those fields, and they end up someday teaching those to others. I think that's the biggest thing about history is without keeping records and having people who have lived through it, you will never know what happened. That's why
Yeah.
when I was in high school, I loved taking like AP history, AP world history, because I really like learning about not just our country and our country's history, but also other countries' history around the world.
Yeah. No, that's such a great answer. Do you feel like you have a like a particular topic or a skill that you really wish was taught in like high school or college that isn't?
Um, I wouldn't say I wouldn't say that, but I would definitely say that I wish that while in high school, I want to say roughly like junior year, that we had the opportunity to really focus on what we want to do in the future.
Hmm.
There are some students that are in high school that already know what they want to do. Again, there are plenty that don't, but there are a lot that do. They want to go to the business field, the medical field, they want to be a lawyer. So I wish that, you know, schools and education systems around the world, especially, sorry, well, mainly this country, would really push like
Yeah.
dual enrollment when you head into the, again, like junior year of your high school career. That way you can get your AA before you graduate high school. And if you don't want to go beyond that, then at least you have something and you have a background in
Yeah.
something. Um,
Yeah.
but I took advantage of that my senior year, so sadly I didn't get my AA, but it was an option for me that I found through the grapevine. But it was very useful, and I
Yeah.
definitely appreciated it.
Yeah. That's so funny that you said you found it through the grapevine because it is such like it's well known, but it is so hidden
Yeah.
that like there's community colleges all over. Like you can I had one like growing up that's across the street from me. And same like you, I only started taking like my general education classes in my senior year when I could have been doing it for much longer because really like I don't have that much of a workload in high school. So like
Right.
why wouldn't I take extra classes? So I completely get what you're getting at, and I hope it becomes more normalized. Um,
Hopefully.
okay, so yeah. Switching gears a bit, tell me about someone who you feel like has left like a significant impact on your life and why.
Um, so I tell this story to everybody. So the reason that I picked the role, or sorry, the reason I picked my career path as an anesthesiologist, yes, it's because I've always wanted to go into the medical field because helping others has just been my thing, and my mother has definitely encouraged me. But when I was in elementary school, I did have a emergency that I ended up lacerating my eye, the cornea of my eye, um, and I was taken to the hospital. And I don't really remember much of getting to the hospital, but what I do remember is waking up. And when I woke up, the only person that was in the room with me was a doctor. And I just love the amount of comfort that she gave me checking on me, seeing if I needed something to drink, something to eat. And then later on, I found out that she was my anesthesiologist, and I was like, the amount of comfort that she made me feel, I want to do the exact same thing for someone else, because the level of fear that I was in was through the roof, and I that's just like the best motivation to continue in a path like that, to again help someone else, and hopefully that someone else will do the same thing, and or help someone
Yeah.
else in some other field, in some other way.
What a beautiful story. I love that that was kind of like your origin of like I want to be like you. Because you like you turned something that was kind of negative and you turned it into like such a beautiful awakening. So I love that. And I hope you get to meet that doctor one day and be like this was all because of you.
Actually, well, I don't know if I'm ever going to meet her again, but I did get to see her again. I think it was like 3 years later, um,
Oh,
because I ended up going back to the hospital just to for a checkup, and she was there,
yeah.
and my mom introduced us, and
Oh,
it was just so amazing.
so cute. I love that. Okay, so obviously you're really passionate about the medical field. But is there like another cause or like a social issue that you're really passionate about?
Social issue? Um, yes, actually. So I am a part of a Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, which is a historically
Okay.
black fraternity. Um,
Okay.
so when I joined, one thing that I've always been passionate about beforehand was service, community service, and one of the principles of the fraternity is service. And being in that organization since freshman year, I have completed well over 300 hours of community service. Um, and I have encouraged my other fraternity members to continue completing service and helping others. And one thing that when I get to, create those events, create those service events, it's usually to benefit the homeless population here in South Florida, mainly in Fort Lauderdale and Miami. I have created care package creation events for them, where we put together sandwiches, oranges, water, granola bars, essentials like deodorant wipes, toothbrush, toothpaste, mouthwash, and then some other essentials for the homeless community. We even, go out ourselves to the train station, bus station at night where they usually are in Fort Lauderdale in the city, in Miami, the city as well, to actually hand these things out to them and not just giving it to an organization hoping that they'll give it out. Um,
Yeah.
so we definitely, as a group, as a collective, put the work together, put in the work to actually make a difference here in South Florida. And for me personally, I will continue to do the work well in my master's program, well in my medical program, well after I graduate and I become a doctor. I continue to help the homeless population as much as I can.
Yeah. I love that. I that, honestly you that should have that's a great answer for an accomplishment because that's such a beautiful accomplishment. Um it's I don't know you, but it's very clear that you have a very big heart and it's so nice to see that being put into the world and like you're giving back. And you're going to be such a great doctor and I already know that it's every all of your patients are going to love you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Um, okay. If you were to give me a challenge that you've had to really go through that you feel like has really shaped you to the person that I'm speaking to today, what would that be?
It's just so funny because I've had so many challenges that have shaped my
I know
character.
you
Um,
can it doesn't have to be one. It can be like an a few or like ones that kind of mesh together.
I would I would say that I'll give you like a more recent one.
Okay.
So applying to the university, I applied to a specific program called the Raises Edge Leadership Program, which I have successfully been in for the past 3 years, which is a program
Yay.
that gives me like like a scholarship. It gives me the ability to get a leadership minor, and then also it encourages me to be a better leader. So I've been taking leadership courses, I have mentees, and then also it has given me the and then really encouraged me to join organizations and try to like climb the ranks in those organizations in their executive boards, to try my best to help lead. So one thing that I've learned, in those leadership courses is I am not a perfect leader. It
Oh, really?
like I have what I have done in the past, like it those taking those classes really held up a mirror to my leadership style, how I've been leading. It showed me that I have been doing so many things wrong, and it really helped me see that one of my biggest flaws as a leader, which is the ability to delegate, has really hurt me um, in the past. And since then, I have been trying my best. As again, I am in plenty of leadership roles now at the school. I have been doing my best to fix that and delegate to whoever whoever else is in the organization, if that's events, um, flyers, whatever it is, communication. I have been delegating those tasks to other people. That way, it can get done, and then at the same time, it's not always on me.
Yeah.
So
No,
I would definitely say that is,
that's
yeah.
sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was saying that I would definitely say that that has definitely been like an eye opener for me, when it comes to skills, because I always said to myself that I'm a leader. I'm of course not a perfect leader, but I'm always trying to get better. But taking these courses have definitely helped me in getting there.
Yeah. Perfect. No one is a perfect leader, so don't ever let that kind of stoop you. But it's great that you are willing to like hone that craft and get better and better as each day goes. So that in of itself is a great kind of way to look at it. Um, my final question is if you were to either give a piece of advice to someone who has kind of gone through your similar challenges, who wants to pursue your similar goals, or if you um, could go back in time and receive this advice, what would that advice be?
So actually, my mom says it to me all the time because she likes to make sure that she keeps me grounded in reality. But I would tell anyone who is trying to pursue what I'm pursuing and/or something similar, or has a type of passion to do more, that just because you can doesn't mean you should. And what that means is just because you can join a whole bunch of organizations and climb the ranks doesn't necessarily mean you should. And the reason she said this to me is, I want to say sophomore year, after joining my organization, I became the treasurer. I joined our undergrad student government association and became the fraternity senator. I also joined the interorganizational council, which deals with all the money for funding clubs and organizations on our campus, and I became their arts and social engagement ambassador. And then I also joined the Black Student Union and the Caribbean Student Association. And it wasn't because um, I was just trying to put stuff on my resume, but it was more of I wanted to do more. I wanted to help everyone on campus and do my best to be as many places at once. Um, and I really realized that it was weighing on me mentally, especially because with classes, with the difficult courses I was taking, and plus at the same time, all these other uh, requirements basically that I was putting on myself, it was weighing on me heavily. And since then, and speaking to my parents who have always been there to support me, and again keep me in check in reality, um, I have kind of lessened my load, but at the same time continuing to do what I do, which is helping others, um, and just helping others' dreams come true. One thing that I am very proud of is last semester, someone wanted to bring a technology fraternity and establish that here on our campus, and I helped them do that. And it is now the first technology fraternity to be here at NSU. And then I've also joined the business fraternity, one of the oldest business fraternities, for the networking. And I have been so happy with the um, with what I've accomplished. At the same time, you know, at the same time, like lessening the load. I'm not doing
Yeah.
as much as I was, but at the same time, I'm doing good things and helping.
Yeah. No, that's yeah. you're clearly helping, and you're clearly making a difference on your campus. So applause for you. But it's also very fun to kind of stay booked and busy. And
Yeah.
you only get so many years of yeah, you only get so many years of undergrad, and before like the real world hits you. So enjoy all of the clubs, enjoy all the moments, and keep doing what you're doing because you're doing great.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to share? I kind of want to give you space to do so, but don't feel pressured to if you don't want to.
Um, I don't have anything to actually, I would like to just say a couple of the things that I'm working towards right now.
Yeah, please.
I am studying for my MCAT. I have my big MCAT book right over there in the corner. I am currently looking for like research opportunities as well. Um, and I've applied to like a couple of research opportunities here in South Florida, Cornell University, Maryland College Park, Johns Hopkins, along with speaking to my professor, who's my public health professor, and he is working with me for a research opportunity, and we're going to figure that out. And hopefully, for my senior year, I'll be doing research all throughout. And then at the end of my senior year, I will have something published, which is amazing.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, that would be so exciting. I hope all of this works out, and I hope that all your dreams come true and all your hard work comes into fruition. Um, and it was my pleasure speaking to you. I'm so happy to have heard all of your, amazing accomplishments and your challenges that have led you to who you are today. And I wish you nothing but the brightest future.
Thank you so much again, and thank you for your time.
Hey YouTube! If you enjoyed this person's story, don't forget to subscribe below to hear more from our inspiring youth. If you want to apply for our Storyteller Scholarship or get more involved in our organization, click the link below to apply. Thanks for watching!